Very well, ladies and gentlemen. As we begin this episode, we definitely have how Lee Dixon feels proud of the back four that Arsenal have assembled. Aaron Ramsdale's opinion about the whole game. Of course, big blow for Liverpool as their main players are out because of a suspected positive reports. We're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about the update, a big update about Forward Balogun. Where is he going? What happens to Eddie Nketiah? We've heard about Leverkusen. What happens? And of course, the huge one, Renato Sanchez. Are Arsenal actually trying to buy him? What is the update? IG just made a video a couple of days back talking about Renato Sanchez. But hey, the transfer window is on and we've got a little better update. And it looks like Arsenal might pull the trigger and get their midfielder. And however, it's a neck to neck. It's a tie between two players at the moment. Ruben Neves update is here as well as Bruno Lager opened up about him as well. So the first news is of course Lee Dixon. He says, "I think that backline with Ramsdale behind has been sensational. I think the back four and the goalkeeper for me as much press as Saka and Smith Rowe get and all of that lot. That back five unit deserve and have been the most impressive. They really did." And Ian Wright, well, there was a moment in time when Martinelli was about to shoot a free goal. The referee somehow came in front of Gabriel Martinelli, impeding, and Martinelli missed the target. So Ian Wright says, "Can someone explain to me why is the ref trying to get into the box quicker than Martinelli? The ref has to get out of the way. He's in his way." Yes, he is. Well, we're talking about a referee who was banned. He was demoted from the Premier League, and he's still back up. Cool. Cool. If that is allowed, I think anything is allowed at the moment. So let's talk about Kevin Campbell. Kevin Campbell says Lacazette has been outstanding in the last few games. He's just like Firmino at Liverpool. He probably doesn't get the goals he could or should, but he's so essential to the way in which the team plays. In my opinion, he's an unsung hero. You need to watch him closely for a few weeks to realize he's the glue for these young players. He knits it all together so well. He's performing like a true captain. He really is. There has been some great displays in recent weeks. I know he only has 6 months left on his contract, but he never shirks a challenge. He's always committed, unlike the previous captain. Lacazette is fully committed. If you think otherwise, well, you have a different opinion. That's all I'm going to say. Moving on, so let's talk about Aaron Ramsdale's take on the whole game. And talking about the Man City penalty, he says, "I feel it was soft. The linesman said he didn't think it was a penalty, but then they get told to go and check it by VAR. I'm more annoyed about the fact that they didn't tell them to check ours in the first half by VAR. The referee might have said no penalty anyway, but in game time, both times it was no penalty for them and us. But he gets to go and check theirs and not ours. That's where my frustration is, the inconsistency between one decision and the other. There is a huge moment of positives. Not many teams have dominated Man City like that more in the first half than we did. We played really well in the second half and we need to try and get over the line in one of these big games. But at the start of the season when it's 4-0, 5-0 Liverpool, Man City, it is a massive step in the right direction. We need to win one of those games. But ultimately, we know we're not challenging with these guys at the moment. But on today's basis, if we put that performance week in, week out, we can be." He also says that I don't know why the ref is told to see one and not the other. VAR is there for a reason and go use it. It is the inconsistency. The whole point is to help the game out in real time. It did not look like one and slow it down on a screen and it is given. Darren Lewis, who's Mirror journalist, he says that the same old people making the same old mistakes until we don't have people like Stuart Atwell. He gave a ghost goal in 2008. In 2012, he was suspended time and again. That type of referee is being given big games. Yep, he is. He is apparently, and we're not doing anything about it. So, moving on, Alisson Becker, Roberto Firmino, and Joel Matip are out of Liverpool's game at Chelsea with suspected positive results for the virus. So, 3 big blows for Liverpool, and I don't know what they're going to do tonight. Well, Chelsea have not even put Lukaku on the bench since that interview. So yeah, injuries versus COVID. That's the headline. It's Liverpool versus Chelsea. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's quite a disadvantage for Liverpool. I'll be fair, and it's not right, but I'm sorry. These are the times. I mean, it's a very different kind of a testing time, and I don't know how things will go on about it. Moving on, so Gabriel Magalhaes suspension. Everyone was worried. Wow, is he going to miss the next Premier League game? It's a North London derby. That's not going to happen. Well, if you've been playing FIFA, you know what happens. But still, if it's a domestic game, the next Carabao Cup clash with Liverpool will be the only game that he might miss. It's a one-match suspension because it was 2 yellows, so he can serve that in any domestic competition. So yes, so Carabao Cup game he's not available. That's the thing, and I'm relieved with that. Ruben Neves' message is that Bruno Laga says Ruben feels this is his second home and happiness comes with that. That's good, but it's another thing to convince him to stay. It's not about a contract or money. It's about creating a big team that fights for different things. I don't think so that happens at Wolves. And yeah, there's a big question. Would you take Ruben Neves at Arsenal? He's been linked with Arsenal for a pretty good amount of time. So would you take Ruben Neves at Arsenal? Comment now. Pause the video and comment now and let me know what you guys think about it. Ruben Neves to Arsenal. Would you take the Portuguese midfielder at Arsenal right now? Because Arsenal need one, and if they can, I mean, not a bad player. And talking about whether Newcastle should get Aubameyang deal done or not, Tony Cascarino says, is he a quality footballer that can turn a game in a moment? At his best, yes. But when has he done that regularly? Not very often this season. Even towards the end of last season, I don't see this deal being a good one for Newcastle at all. I think it will be more of an air of is Aubameyang doing Newcastle a favor? And I probably think no, he's not going to be doing them a favor. Very well. So Partey has been compared to Patrick Vieira according to Gilberto Silva after his performance against Man City. He said, he looked like Patrick Vieira, he was very good, I really like him. So yes, finally, Thomas Partey was super composed and probably the kind of player that we expected him to, the way he played, we expected him to start like that his season and his career with Arsenal. Apparently we got a glimpse of that quality and of course composure in that middle of the park. Moving on, let's finally get into it. So Renato Sanchez to Arsenal. What's the thing? Now, according to reports from La Voix du Nord, Arsenal are one of the few major European clubs tracking Renato Sanchez at the moment, along with the likes of AC Milan and Juventus. For the time being, the French outlet expect Sanchez to remain with Lille until the end of the season, unless they receive a fantastic offer. The Athletic suggests something similar, writing that if Sanchez does move, it may be well in the summer. The Athletic confirms Sanchez is being watched by a number of clubs, blah, blah, blah. So apparently, Arsenal have not yet made their decision. So that was really, really weird. But for now, it's going to be Renato Sanchez is being monitored. And I hope Arsenal make the decision quickly. I mean, come on. The players are gone now. What do you want, like, I don't know. Like, of course, in the FA Cup, we might see Charlie Patino step up. We still don't know what's the position of Ainsley Maitland-Niles. He may have agreed personal terms with Roma, but the price tag, again, Roma, what they did for Granit Xhaka, we know it did not work in a lot of ways. Price tag was not met. Same thing that they're lowballing Arsenal for Ainsley as well. So let's see how that will turn out. If not, I think Ainsley has a golden month with him to prove his worth. Let's see. I hope he does that. With this, I'd like to end this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you seek daily Arsenal content, best place to be, consider subscribing. Do let me know, Ruben Neves to Arsenal, should that take place or not?